Hello, dear students. Welcome to the session. Let us review the design procedure. Say, according to the general design procedure, so application-oriented problems that we have discussed or solved in the previous sessions. Now, just overview or glance once the procedure. So here, in the previous case, I have taken the entire procedure by using the Mahadevan Data Handbook, where the third step, especially in third step, we have used the Mahadevan Data Handbook for complete third step. But here, a little bit part of Lingaya Data Handbook that is to be considered for the third step. So the rotations they remain as usual in the same manner what we have considered in the uh, in the beginning. So diameter of the shaft and radial clearance ratio, diametral clearance, and absolute viscosity is Z, and N is speed, small n is RPS, B is bearing pressure, that is W by L into D, T naught is operating temperature, TB and TA, all these are the temperature of the bearing temperature and ambient temperature, and F is CYF, coefficient of friction, and C is the capital C is the bearing modulus, that is Zn by P. So, with respect to application oriented problems, this is the first step that we have to make use. So, there we have to refer table number 15.7, page number 366. And the second step, design step, say there we have to calculate either allowable pressure P, or we have to calculate L by D, or L and D values. So, whichever may be the known value, with that we can proceed. But here, with respect to third step, suppose if operating temperature is not given, in that case we have to assume that value in between 60 to 70, or at the most 70 degrees centigrade. Suppose if it is not given, suppose if it is say with respect to ambient temperature and bearing temperature, if those two are given, in that case we can make use of the equation, that is tb minus ta is equal to T naught minus Ta, that is operating temperature minus ambient temperature, whole divided by 2. So by using this equation, we can calculate the operating temperature T naught. So this is there in the further while solving the problems, that also we have taken into account. So this is what the third step that we have to consider. And with respect to that operating temperature, we have to refer the Lingaya Data Handbook, uh, and in that figure number 1.2, and which is viscosity versus temperature chart, viscosity versus temperature chart. So by referring that one, say this that particular thing is like this. Say this is the along the abscissa operating temperature they are recorded, and along the ordinate Z, which is in centipoise, which is in centipoise. So that value we have to refer here. Suppose if you know the value of Zp, that is Z in centipoise, that is 25 centipoise. In that case, you know the value of operating temperature. So if both are coinciding at a particular point, and the curve which is passing through or nearer to that particular point is to be selected, that may be B, C, or D, or E, or F, any particular name. So to know the name of that oil, so the curve that is representing a particular name, again we have to use our own data handbook, that is Mahadevan Data Handbook, table number 15.1 of page number 363. There you can mention the name of the oil. So that is another case. Or suppose if you know the name of the oil, SE30 or like that, you have to reverse the procedure from referring the table 15.1, name the or identify the line or curve name, and then we have to refer that line here and to get the value of Z in centipoise. So centipoise is nothing but what you have to, if the value which is given in Pascal second or Newton second per meter square. So Newton second per meter square, if it is given, then you have to uh, multiply this value by 1000 or 10 raised to 3. So you will be getting the answer in centipoise. So with respect to the conversion from centipoise to Newton second per meter square, you have to divide the value by 1000. So that is what the thing, that conversion that we can make easily. So that is what the third step, and the remaining steps they are as usual. Now let us consider one example where we in the other cases we have discussed already the application oriented problems. Now let us take another example where the information related or the dimensions related to shaft as well as um, the bearing and viscosity values that will be given. So based upon that we have to carry out the solution, either like that calculation of coefficient of friction, calculation of heat generated, minimum film thickness, whatever may be the thing that is asked, that we have to calculate. So just I will take one example. Let us take the example which is asked in one of the previous year's question paper. So here, this is not application type problem. Say application type problem means the machinery will be given. So which type of machine is or that is being used, or the bearing is used in which type of machine. So that machinery is not given. So this is the another kind of problem where the diameter of the journal, say a 75 long full journal bearing of diameter long and the diameter is 75 so length and diameter of the bearing and the journal they are same, and the load that is acting on the bearing is 12 kilonewton, and shaft speed is 1800 rpm. So assume d by cd, that is diameter to the diameter clearance ratio of diameter to the diameter clearance is 1000 given here, and viscosity of the oil, see here viscosity of the oil is also given. So in application oriented problems you will not get the viscosity value as well as d by cd ratio and diameter, only one value that you get here, either length or diameter in case of application oriented, as well as the name of the machine also, like centrifugal pump, reciprocating pump, or compressor, or steam turbine, like that. Now, with respect to this case, we have to determine, say, some of the parameters, such as Sommerfeld number. We have to calculate coefficient of friction by using Mackey's equation, and as well as heat generated. Now, note down the given information. Say diameter is given, length of the shaft, length of the bearing that is also given, load acting that is 12 into 10 raised to 3 newtons, N is RPM, 1800 RPM is given, radius of the journal that is given as 37.5 mm, and ratio of D to CD, that is diameter of the journal to the diameter clearance, is given as 1000. So by using this value you can calculate the diameter clearance. Diameter clearance is given by D by 1000. So 1000 is taken to the LHS. So 75 mm is the diameter. So that you will be getting the value as 0.075 mm. That is diameter clearance. And the absolute viscosity is also given here, 0.01 Pascal second. So that is denoted by the notation capital Z. And radial clearance is small c, which is half of the diametral clearance. Diametral clearance is 0.075 divided by 2. That value is 0.0375 mm. And after this, we can we have to calculate the required parameter or asked things here, asked parameters. Say Sommerfeld number that is asked here. So any one condition that you consider, either without side leakage or with side leakage. Now I am assuming that there is no side leakage, so use equation number 15.6a of page number 354. So S is given by Sommerfeld number R by C whole square into Zn by P into 10 raised to minus 6. And with respect to R value is given here 37.5, and C is 0.0375. Z is absolute viscosity 0.01 Newton second per meter square, and capital N is given 1800 rpm. Pressure is not given, so pressure that you have to calculate separately. Pressure is given by W divided by L into D. W is radial load divided by length of the bearing multiplied by diameter of the shaft. W is 12,000 newtons divided by 75 mm is the length and 75 mm is the diameter. So that the pressure what we get here is 2.13 Newton per mm square. And substitute all the values what we get here. S value is 8.45 per minute. And that is what Sommerfeld number. So there is one more equation that also you can use and calculate it, 15.6b. Now using coefficient of friction, to calculate coefficient of friction, so we have to make use of Mackey's equation as it is given. So that is available in Mahadevan Data Handbook page number 353, equation number 15.4b. And coefficient of friction F is equal to Ka into Zn by P into R by C into 10 raised to minus 10 plus delta F. What is Ka? Ka is 0.195 into 10 raised to 6 for full bearing, that is beta equal to 360 degrees as it is mentioned, and delta F is equal to 0.002, as L and D they are equal, so L by D ratio is 1. So after substituting all the values, we will be getting the value of F as 0.0048. 0.0048. And similarly we can calculate the heat generated is given by F into W into V. So V is by using fundamental expression pi d n by 60 into 1000. So velocity that is calculated here as 0.707 meter per second. So substitute all the values so that the amount of heat generated is 407.15 joules per second. So this is related to the heat generated calculation. So with respect to the general design procedure, we are using only few of the steps with respect to that procedure. But with respect to application type, we have to use all the steps. Now, take another example, which is also again asked in the previous one of the previous question papers. Say, design a full journal bearing subjected to a load of 6,000 newtons. W is 6,000 newton, and the shaft is rotating at 1,000 rpm. And bearing shaft material and the bearing material both are given here. See, the shaft or the journal is made of hardened steel, and bearing is made of babbitt material. So these are the two materials which are given, and bearing is operating with a here the name of the oil which is given as SE40 oil. So instead of giving the specific say, absolute viscosity, SE40 oil is given. So with respect to this, we have taken the similar kind of example in one of the previous sessions where we have used only Mahadevan data handbook. Now by making use of Lingaya data handbook, with respect to the given oil as well as the operating temperature of 70 degrees centigrade. So how to get the value of Z, that is absolute viscosity, that we get here is in centipoise, and the ambient temperature, that is 30 degrees centigrade, determine the amount of artificial cooling that is required. So that is what the thing that we have to calculate here. So this is not a specific or application oriented problem, but this is the particular problem, or I say to calculate, yeah, the amount of artificial cooling required. So these are the informations which are listed here. So small n is RPS. So capital N divided by 60, that is 16.67 RPS calculated. So journal material is hardened steel, and bearing material is Babbitt material. And name of the oil is given as SA40, for which operating temperature is 70 degrees centigrade, and ambient temperature is 30 degrees centigrade. What we have to calculate? Hg minus Hd. So now you have to make use of table number 15.6. Table number 15.6 of data handbook, Mahadevan data handbook, page number 365. Page number 365. So there particular table that includes the material used for the shaft material in one column, and in another column bearing material, and in the next column there is a bearing modulus equation that is given Zn by P, and Zn to capital N by P. So these are the four columns, they are included in that table 15.6. So by using table number 15.6, we have to note the value of bearing modulus. So bearing modulus is given by 2.902 for the materials used for the journal as well as bearing. So which is the material here, the hardened steel for the shaft, and Babbitt material for the bearing. So for with respect to that, the bearing modulus is 2.902, or the small n if it is used, that is RPS, the value of bearing modulus is 48.36 into 10 raised to minus 3. So this is what the information that we have to note initially. Why this information is required? To calculate the unknown parameter. Which is the unknown parameter? Say Z is also unknown, P is also unknown here. So at least one value out of these two that should be known to calculate the third value. So before proceeding with this calculation part, so we can use temperature versus viscosity chart. Say to find viscosity of the given oil, that is say 40, refer table number 15.1 of the Mahadevan data handbook. So SCA40 refers to the G curve or G line in the chart. So table number 15.1 of the data handbook, SCA40 means G curve it is. And in the meantime, there is a specific gravity is also there at 15 degrees centigrade, that is not required for us in this particular procedure. Now refer the Lingaya data handbook in which figure number 1.2. Figure number 1.2, page number 22, the viscosity versus operating temperature. Viscosity versus operating temperature chart. Say this is operating temperature along abscissa in degree centigrade, and along ordinate the value of absolute viscosity, that is in centipoise, that is given, and the name of the curve is G curve here. So this is what, say assume this is 70 degrees centigrade, and project this line. There are number of curves that we come across. So what is the name of the curve here? Say this is G curve. So up to G curve you have to extend it and move in the horizontal direction. So here you will be getting the value of Z. So this is what Z. Z is in centipoise. So that value is obtained here as 35 centipoise. So this centipoise value is to be converted into Newton second per meter square. So divide this value by 1000, that is into 10 raised to minus 3. 10 raised to minus 3 if you multiply. So the answer is 0.035 Newton second per meter square. So this is what the method to get the value of Z by using the name of the oil, or say name of the curve, and operating temperature T naught, and which is available in the Lingaya data handbook figure number 1.2. So please do remember this particular step. So here we can reduce the calculation steps instead of calculating kinematic viscosity, specific gravity, all those things. Next step is to calculate the pressure value. So to calculate pressure value, we know that bearing modulus Zn by P, which is noted from table number 15.6 of page number 365 of data handbook, Mahadevan data handbook, that is 2.902. So Z value is 0.035 Newton second per meter square, which is noted from the Lingaya data handbook. N is 1000 rpm, and P is pressure. So P is the unknown value. So calculate unknown value, that is 11.98 Newton per meter mm square. So by knowing the value of pressure, now you can calculate the dimensions easily. So dimensions means L and D. So we have to assume L by D ratio either 1 or 1.5 or 2. Now I have assumed here L by D as 1. So you can assume 1.5 also. So if I substitute L in terms of D, or D in terms of L, so that the value of L what is obtained here is 22.37 W by P equation. W is radial load and P is taken from the that is cross multiplied here, and L is square root of W by P. So the value of L that is obtained is 22.37 mm, and I round it off to 25 mm. So D is also equal to L, therefore D is also 25 mm. And next R, radius is half of the diameter, that is 12.5 mm. So the rest next step is to calculate the heat generated. So heat generated is given by F into W into E, that is equation number 15.11a. So V is pi dn by 60 into 1000, that is 1.308 meter per second. And F, that is coefficient of friction, by using Mackey's equation 15.4b of data handbook, page number 353, Mahadevan data handbook. So substitute all the values as we have already discussed about Ka 1.195 to 10 raised to 6. For full bearing, delta F is 0.002 since L by D is equal to 1, and radial clearance is 0.001 into R. 0.001, that ratio is assumed here, so that C is 0.0125. So after substituting, we will be getting the value of F as 0.00295. So the heat generated is obtained here as 23.1915 watts or joule per second. And heat dissipated, again as I said, There are two equations, 15.11b and 15.11c. Either of these two equations that can be used, and the value of kh is 15.3, and A is 20 dl into 10 raised to minus 6, and TB minus TA. Since TB is unknown, we can make use of T naught and TA here. TA is 30 degrees centigrade and T naught is 70. So the TB minus TA value is 20 degrees centigrade, which is also called as rise in temperature. So heat dissipated is obtained here as 3.83 watts or joules per second. So you can compare Hg and Hd. So Hg is greater than Hd, hence artificial cooling is required. And what is the amount of artificial cooling is required here? Hg minus Hd. So 23.15 minus 3.83, that is equal to 19.32 watts. So this is what the example with respect to non-application type. So I hope you have followed the procedure. Thank you.